talk about it with Alice. We are back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we appreciate you from last week. Well, it's not being with you, but this week we are here with just some more great information on Let's Talk About It with Alice. Remember, Let's Talk About It with Alice. It's all about supportive educational fun. It's a platform where we just share information that's really, really relevant, updated information, and those things that is of interest to you. So we have Terry on today.
Hello, everyone.
And we also have Shawana on. And I guess you might think that I just be moving and shaking. Yes, I do, because I get excited. I met a couple of people in the mall that said, we do log on, and so yeah, just keep coming, just keep coming. And so I had one young lady say, I would love to come on with you, and we want to have you on. So those that just reach out to us, and we got some great topics. So today, we're going to share great information. So we ask you to please go ahead on and share, hit like, continue to share this with your friends, share this with everyone. We are moving and we are gaining ground. So thank you for joining. Let's talk about it with Alice as we get started. Very quick, sharp, and to the point. Let's
Yeah,
go with it. So, what do we have today? Today, all right.
a lot,
Listen, anybody? Ooh, ooh,
Let's
oh,
a
start
lot.
it off. Well,
okay. All right. I would like to start it off with, can you believe it? And it's very true that former President Barack Obama tested positive for COVID, and he
Wow.
said he's doing okay. But he and Michelle are fully vaccinated and they're boosted. So, which means that you can, even being fully vaccinated won't be as bad, but you can get
hmm
this. We still have to be careful while everybody's letting the guards down.
hmm
I'm just sharing with you that as much as you can, wear your mask, depending on where you go and who you're around. But
right.
he's fully vaccinated and he was boosted and he is, uh, he did test positive. What else do we
That's
have? And I'm going to share about, hey,
Oh,
right now, you can
yes,
get, federal government just came out, you can get 4 more free COVID test kits. Just
yes.
log on to, I believe it says COVID. Let me give that information out. It is through the U.S. Department of, let's see, COVID, COVID, which is capital test.gov. COVID test.gov. You can
Yep.
get your free kits. Some people say
I
they
think
never
it's
got theirs.
I got
yeah,
mine. I got the first and the second.
you did.
Okay, so
I submitted them online and I never received them. So maybe I need to go back again because we never got our boxes.
Oh,
I
But
wow.
say,
I think that's interesting with President Obama. He said that he was having a scratchy throat and some mild symptoms, but Michelle, she's tested negative, thank goodness.
mhm,
But to your point, Mom, you can be vaccinated and boosted and could still get COVID. I know
Yes.
something that they're getting ready to change things up on flights. I was just flying back um, from Atlanta this past week. And, I think they're getting ready to, I think in April, roll it back
April.
where on flights you
Right.
don't have to wear your mask. And I can truly
hmm
say I would be uncomfortable on an airplane closed in, people,
Me too.
sitting up on you. And I'm sorry, but how we just jumped from, you know, everybody need to wear a mask and, COVID, COVID, COVID to now no
Right.
mask and no COVID. It's just very interesting to me,
Can you
of
imagine somebody sneezing or coughing and don't have it? Ooh,
that's the
no.
wonderful thing about these masks is when people sneeze and cough, you're like,
Right.
you're like, okay, I don't feel too squeamish now, but hey, on a plane, I don't know about all that.
well,
right.
They haven't, one of the things about the planes, and, which is great, that they're continuing with, people wearing the mask, and that is
Right.
really great. And that's
Up
important.
until the middle of April, they're getting ready to roll that back.
They're
So
gonna
They're
it's
roll it
rolling
sometime,
it
out.
back.
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
sometime in
I
April
think
they're
in
gonna.
this time, let's talk about it with Alice, is that everyone have to use wisdom. I just think
Right.
you use wisdom, and what your comfort zone is. I just feel that, for me, I'm not comfortable. I'm continuing to wear my mask and, do all the things that I need to do to continue to protect myself. Because last week, also ours was rolled back, that if you are fully vaccinated and if you are boosted, you do not have to wear your mask. Now, I did have someone to say to me that she have, friends that
Mhm.
she not friends, but people that she know have false cards
Oh wow.
that they receive from personnel in certain places.
Oh yeah, I'm
False
not
cards.
surprised
I
because
said, "Are
getting
you
those
serious?"
cards,
They have false.
anybody could recreate that though.
I,
Anybody could recreate those cards.
yeah,
Anybody. It's not like they made them where you can't recreate. So to your point, you do what's comfortable for you. I think for me in open places, it just depends. I don't feel squeamish, but in a on an airplane, I will probably still wear my mask on a plane
I would
because
continue to
it's
do that
closed
too.
quarters, it's recirculated air, and I just don't feel comfortable. But I mean, think about it. What I did when I just before when I came to you, I tested myself. Because to
Right.
me, at the end of the day, it's all about protecting those that you're around and those that you love. You want to make sure that you're okay and that whoever you're around is okay.
Yes. Well, that's where we are with, this is where we are now in terms of what we are dealing with. Again, we have not fully, it's not fully gone away. And if it started back again in Shanghai,
Oh yeah,
all right,
Terry, what's that stuff
yeah,
about China? That
give
was
us that.
shocking me.
You're on mute, Terry.
China went back on lockdown because of the new cases of Omicron and the Delta variant. And they said that it's the worst in the last for the last 2 years. Yeah, it's the worst this time since the last 2 years.
So
And
what does
Wow.
they
that
were
mean? That
saying
means
that
that,
one person per family could come out every 2 days.
mm,
Wow.
yeah. My prayer is that we don't have a turnaround next year because we become too laxed. I just think that in families, in schools, or just about all of the schools, the children do not have to wear the mask. And
They don't.
so, this is where we are with that. All right, moving right along. What? Oh my goodness. Sure. What's Tracy Braxton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart goes
So
out
happy.
to the
Yes.
Braxton family.
Who's Braxton? Mm-hmm.
Yes, because
She was 50 years old, was battling for a year esophageal cancer.
mm,
And it sounds like, I guess she felt like she was going to beat it.
Right.
Had a couple of procedures done, but in the end, um, she did not make it. So that was really shocking, actually, and
Right.
heartbreaking all at the time to see that pop up on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
right. My goodness. Wow.
But it just lets you know that with our bodies, you gotta listen to your body. Go get tested for, go to your regular checkups. I know, Mom, you're always, fussing at me. Did you go get your physical done? Did you go do
Yeah.
this? Did you go do that?
It's
And
important.
I
Mm-hmm.
That's
look
the
around.
wisdom of it. You don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with your body. And so wisdom is that, do all the things that you can do. Not saying that you want or something may not happen, but at least you've done your due diligence when it comes to your body and your health. We can easily
Mm-hmm.
ignore that, but you never know what's going on. And friend of mine experienced the same thing, was just having throat, having issues going on with the throat. And then continue with that and went to the doctor. The doctor decided, well, we're just going to send you, to have an MRI. And when the MRI came back, now this was a throat, MRI came back, then the MRI showed a mass on the kidney. So
Mm.
whether anything was related, but because the MRI showed the mass on the kidney. So you don't know what's going on with your body. So it just makes
Right.
sense. I'm not saying being, running to the doctor every little thing, but at least those due diligence, your yearly checkups and those things that we need to do, let us do that. Because more and more younger people are being diagnosed with terminal illness. So we
Right.
just, hey, put that out there. Also, it is, what is this? Women, what month? History Month?
Women's History. Yeah.
Women's History Month.
Yes,
Hmm.
Women History Month. So we celebrate all women, all women that especially making those impacts in life and are doing great things. Even those that are doing small things. I see so many, people are actually starting their business. So many women are starting businesses, and that's awesome.
It's a good
So
thing.
we just celebrate
Let's,
the women
we
and the
need to
great
get
things that
ready
they're
to talk about yours. You have one, so we're going to be coming out talking about a
legacy.
catalyst for change. Can you say whoop whoop? I
Woo,
mean, you can ready to
woo,
go.
woo. And can you believe
Woo-hoo!
2 more weeks of employment working and then
For
retiring off?
somebody else. 2 more weeks working for someone else. And then you
Yes.
will
Right.
be
But moving into, and this is like moving to another, into your new journey, because we have a journey
Right.
and moving to a new journey. And so I really get excited about that because I know that, the plans that God has for me, I don't even know them all, but I do know that they're great plans, the same plans that God has for you. He knows the plans he has for us. And so we just want to work the plan that God has for us. All right.
Yes.
Jerry, what you
I'm
got on
excited for you.
yours?
Go ahead.
I said I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk
Awesome.
more about that.
And right, the next thing is Deshaun Watson, who was the quarterback for the Texans, was cleared of all the charges that were brought up against him.
Wow. So can you talk
Yes,
a little bit about, because maybe
that was a
people don't
big
even know who
thing.
that is.
Whether a lot of the women,
Well, could you
different,
explain who he
women.
is first? Because a lot of people
I
may
just
not
said that.
know.
I said that he was the quarterback for the Texans.
Okay. Oh, my.
Yeah, he's a quarterback for the Texans, and he was cleared of all the charges, all the different women that brought up charges against him. He was cleared of those, so now he can move forward.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually, it's kind of interesting though. I'm glad that he was cleared, assuming that everything was, um, you know, it was done fair, and I'm just glad that he
yeah.
was cleared. I
It
just
was a
think that
lot of women that came up against him as it relates to that, and that was crazy. It just
Yeah.
kept coming and coming and coming, and then, but he was cleared. And then the incident that happened with Ryan Coogler, the
who's
director
that?
for Black Panther,
Oh, that was crazy. That
at
was
the bank.
So
absolutely,
now let's talk about that. Let's talk
yeah.
about that. So this young man goes into a bank, and we can, the bank. We know the bank.
Right.
So you go in and you just, you give your deposit slip or whatever, and then um, you give a note and you ask her discreetly to, how, to proceed with that. And so he wasn't, if you gave a deposit slip, the first thing I think that a person should do is they actually should check your account to see if in
You would
fact you have the money. It wasn't like he was going in taking money or asking her to do something you know, that she shouldn't, but he had the money in the bank. So that will be the first thing. You look at the ID, you check my account to see if in fact I have that. I call this a systemic racism or a part of
but it
racism.
wasn't. She was
Yeah.
black.
Yep,
So
she was
this was
black.
the people in the bank that were working that day were African American. So it wasn't that she was it
So
wasn't
not
that
systemic racism, but
no,
what?
it had nothing to do with race. It was well, if anything, it's not that it has something to do with
Had
race.
anything to do with race.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. If
Okay.
anything, it was her just automatically assuming that this brother was coming in there, to
To rob.
rob. And I'm thinking,
To
he
Rob
wrote to her
because
on
of
the
the
back.
note.
No, come on. I mean,
Yeah,
like you
but
said,
a bank robber wouldn't have your account information. I mean, he
yeah,
had his ID, his PIN, and his debit card. Really?
So
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. So backing it
So,
up, no racism had anything to do with it because, of course, African American. I was just assuming she was, and I apologize
no,
for that, making false
yeah,
assumptions. But the fact is that yeah, I did know that. I'm sorry, but the fact is that
But
you said it right. You have your bank card. You also, but the first thing I thought they did when you have your ID, put your bank card, they plug your name in, look at your
right,
account. Isn't that the first thing they do?
right.
they
Yes.
do. They
She
do.
So,
didn't do
And
her due
again,
diligence.
to
She
her
just
defense,
assumed.
but to
she
her
made an
defense,
assumption.
it's so much going on. Fear gripped her. That
She made an assumption
yeah,
without
She made an
looking
assumption. Yes.
the system. And she
yeah.
passed the message on to whoever was working with her without looking into the system. It's like, come on, can't so black people can't come. I mean, we don't have money. Help me understand. We can't come into the bank and say,
Well,
look,
I
I want to
the
take
same right.
$10,000 out of my account. You had a similar situation, Mom. You went in and people were
The other
mistreating
day,
you. You
just
know,
the other day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, had the same
yes.
similar situation. I goes in and
Oh,
I wanted
Ron
to
Skeet. Let me tell you what
move,
Ron Skeet before you say it. So
huh?
Ron Skeet said, first of all, he said, congratulations to you, Mom. But then he also said it could still be race. He said, has this woman made this call before on a non-black person? That's a good one.
Whoa.
That's
Very
good
good,
there.
Ron.
Yes. We're prejudiced to our own.
Yeah,
We
that's
are.
true.
But talk about what
Wow.
happened to you, Mom, because literally you went through this the other day yourself.
I did went into the bank. It was two different times, but I went into the bank and I wanted to remove my name from one account and take it off. And well, actually, off of my sister's account. Her things were showing up on mine, and I said I just wanted to remove my name because I don't want to look at her account or what have you. And so the lady just kind of looked at me and and I'm, so I'm still trying to explain, and I gave her my information. So without her looking at it, and she was very snappy and just kind of really weird. And then when she pulled my account up, her whole body swung around in the chair and just started chatting. Oh, Miss Jackson. Oh, da 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 da. And I'm thinking at first you acted like I was a criminal or something, as if I didn't have no money in the bank. Then when you pulled my account up and looked at both of my accounts, you started acting totally different. And I
You
took
see
a
that?
really, yeah,
You
because
can't judge a book by its cover.
I also
Exactly.
needed, and I said to her, and also in the midst of that, I said, my password. I needed my password reset. And so I wanted to, get since, Truett have this new, they've merged and or bought out all these other, and now it's Truett's Bank from SunTrust.
Right.
And so I wanted to get my password reset with the new card they sent me. And as I said again, she was really, really really, really rude up until she actually pulled my account up. And then she
Mm.
turned around, swerved around in her chair, and started treating me and then offering me a credit card, of which I refuse.
Goodbye.
I don't need another one.
Ron said, indeed, we suffer from systemic racism and perpetuate it ourselves at times. And he's absolutely right. We are racist towards one another. We
Wow.
automatically assume you
Yes.
know, the worst in other people or in our own race, let alone other races, which is absolutely horrible. We should take
It
one
is.
person at a time. One person, you cannot categorize people and clump them into
Right.
one group just because of this
Right.
negativity or something else that's going on, whether you're white, black, Latino, whatever. You cannot
Right.
put everybody in the same box. That is just not right. Take one person at a time, and that's how you
Right.
treat each other.
And I don't
Yeah,
care if you got $1 in the account or $1 million in the account. A person is a person, and you treat them the same. They still banking with your financial institution, whether it's $1 or $1 million.
exactly. Yeah, it's so
Well,
unfortunate that systemic racism is still alive and well, you know,
yeah.
It is.
and we're
Oh, let me tell you guys about a trip that when we went to Vegas last week. So we stayed at a particular place, um, but the Uber driver,
you can
because
say the
we
name
were
of the hotel. Say the
okay.
name of the
Well, we
hotel.
Tell people where you say that.
Trump International
Oh,
Hotel.
sorry. Yes.
Amazing.
Not me.
We
Okay.
called the Uber. All other Ubers that we called or Lyft came to the front of the hotel to pick
They
us up.
dropped you off at the
This
right.
time, right, this one particular time, this particular Uber driver, which was Caucasian, asked us to come to the side. Mind you not, he did not help us pick up our luggage. He came out, watched us struggle with our luggage to put it in, and then we got in. So he took us to the destination that we were going, and we was waiting on a pickup, and um, he's he said, "Well, the time is running out. You only have about 30 seconds." And so my daughter was like, "Well, no, according to my time, I have another minute." So he was like, "Well, I'm going according to my time." He put us out of the Uber, put us out with all of our luggage and bags, and we had tons of bags, luggage, put us out and left us standing. I
I
was
didn't
like,
I didn't know that there was a time connected to outside of you needing to make sure that you get into the Uber on time before they charge you. But in terms of a
well,
drop off,
we had a drop. She had an extra. You know how you can, if you want to go to another location before you go to your
yeah, you can add it.
designated location, you can add a
Yeah,
ride. So she
yeah.
added a ride. He said the ride timed out. Now I've done Uber a while too, and my rides have timed out. I didn't pay attention to it. I just went on, did what I had to do, waited on him. He put us out, and we had to call, get out with struggling with all that stuff, get out and stand on the curb. And the security guard came and said, "Did he just put y'all out the Uber?" I said, "Yes, he did." And I was like, I mean,
In
the
shock, I'm
racism
sure.
is so real. Oh
It's
my
Wow.
God,
everywhere.
it's
It's
prevalent.
everywhere.
And we had to
Wow.
call another Uber to come pick us
Wow.
up.
So
That is
that's
crazy.
those things are real.
I was
Wow.
They're
shocked
real. They're
because I
real.
Yeah.
hadn't really experienced it like that, but I have, but not like I was just I was blown. I was as they say flabbergasted. I was just really blown away. I could not believe he put us out the Uber.
Yeah.
Well, this is
I would
what
have
we
been.
have.
Yeah.
Along that lines, of course, they're still struggling, here, I always say in Georgia, with our children not being able, well, with, the school system not being able to teach, or the teachers being able to teach about history. They don't want
Right,
all of history to be taught.
right,
So this
everything.
is it's a real serious thing, because they feel that the teachers would get overwhelmed trying to teach,
Oh,
especially
that's
when it
not
comes to
just in
mostly.
Georgia. Yeah, that's
Huh?
not just
Right,
in Georgia. That's not
Okay.
just
right.
in
So
Georgia.
that's
That's
everywhere.
right here in Virginia. It's all around. It's a
Yeah.
real topic. It's a real issue that has to be addressed.
Well, they passed
Not
it here, right? In the Senate. I mean, not the Senate, but here in Georgia, in our legislature, they passed it, and then it's going on to the, you know, courts to be approved. Yeah,
or the
Right.
house.
in the
No
House,
house.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to the House to be approved. So
And then we
that
have
that's happening. And along another
yeah,
line, Stacey Abrams have qualified, and this is in Georgia, of course. And of
yeah,
course, she, of course, was a big impact, made a great big impact,
right.
um, you know, during the election. However, she is going for the second time, for the governor race, and campaign kicks off tomorrow. So we're excited about that. I think that's good.
Yes,
Just
yes.
someone that's just fair all around and has no hidden agenda. So we're excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Awesome.
Anybody else have anything else? Hey,
What words
We
of
do have
wisdom do
one.
you have? Oh, go ahead,
Huh?
Terry. I was asking
We have
what words.
another one. Say that again.
No, go ahead. My
Oh, okay.
apologies.
Oh, okay, no problem. The cadets on spring break.
oh,
I believe
Oh,
in
four
Florida,
in
hi.
Florida overdosed on cocaine laced with, am I saying the
fentanyl,
right, fentanyl?
fentanyl,
Fentanyl. Yeah.
fentanyl.
This cocaine being laced is taking so many people. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well,
Yeah. It's
well,
unfortunate. They said one of the guys was a football player. It sounds like it says five cadets actually
yeah.
overdosed.
Hmm.
It's five.
Yeah, it was five of them that
Mm-hmm.
did, and they have a
Mm-hmm.
suspect. Four of the cadets were hospitalized, and they were on spring break. One
Yeah, that
was
was spring break.
one was a football player. They said that they've made an arrest. It was a 21-year-old man that was in connection to selling the fentanyl laced with
Oh wow.
yeah, the cocaine and the fentanyl laced. Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that sad?
they bringing charges against these drug dealers that's doing that, that's selling that. Because the guy that played on the wire, I forgot what his name is, but however, they found the person that sold him the drug that was laced, and they got him. So I'm glad that they are able to catch these people and prosecute them.
Yeah,
Well,
drug.
Yeah.
Well, we have a just recently just had know someone that just overdosed as well, and they didn't even make it. So this thing is absolutely serious. It's real. It's
Yeah.
between this suicide is so much that's going on with these young
Right.
people, and it's just heartbreaking to see. But it's definitely like if you got someone that's young, stay close.
yes,
Right.
and I understand
Exactly.
that there is a big trend and it's a real big concern that alcohol use among girls and young women, it is a worrying trend that's
Oh
really
wow.
happening now. And so, with our young people as well as young girls, they are really taken to alcohol use, and that's very dangerous and scary as
It's
well
very
when you
dangerous.
think about it. Yeah, young people. So
That's a monster
we
by itself.
absolutely. And so as we continue to talk about the various topics, I just like to, for those that are tuning in, with us, yes, please, write in the comments, share. Please share this information, and there are topics that we want to cover, and we're hoping that we can cover those topics that are real relevant and that'll be of interest. And if you have topics, yes, share with us any hot topics because we
Right.
want to talk about them. Not only that, keeping up with churches are opening back up. Everybody is, headed back, to church, and that's a good thing. I just want to shout out to those that are headed back to church because that's really important. That is one of the grounding things that I know for my life, but also for many others' lives. So let's stay
Mm-hmm.
with it because it's very important. Now, thinking about Ukraine, and we don't want to forget, let's keeping the people in Ukraine in prayer because I
Right.
would not know what to do if everything just was taken away and I just got to leave the country. None of us would. So I can imagine that's being really, really hard for them. So let's keep Ukraine, lifted up, and that hopefully real soon some resolvents can come to all of this. But we have not talked about what
Wait,
is
before
really
you
going
move
on with this gas.
This
Before you
gas.
even go to gas, I want to go back to the Ukraine because we can't move past that.
Okay.
To me, that's such a serious thing that's happening right now. And and I could think the thing that bothers me the most about it is I think that we're challenged as a nation in terms of what we can or can't do with the support or the help to
Yeah.
avoid starting
Hmm.
World War III. So we really have to pray for our nation more than anything.
More than
But
anything,
definitely,
you're right.
I think I just get so upset, when you see the different things. The other day when they showed how they bombed the hospital, a children's hospital with pregnant moms, and you see half the lady's body blown off,
Yes.
off of her hip. I mean, this thing is like so serious, and it's disheartening. It makes you wonder, NATO's purpose sometimes, because I know that they're not a part of NATO, but it's like you see something like this happening, and we always say, if you see something, say something, do something, and this is one of these situations. I know we're doing as much as we can from a financial perspective, or even, with the weapons. And I know that we're
Hmm.
challenged with how far we can go with getting in. And so your heart, breaks, for their nation. But what we say is, you can't, we're not too far away from some nation deciding that they want to come up against the United States, or
Right.
do some cyber attack of some sort, which could really impact this entire nation. And so we have to, as a people, use wisdom, and
Hmm.
be in plan mode and preparation mode. The gas prices, which you were about to go to, are just
Right.
the brink of what could potentially come if we were to
Right.
find ourselves, if getting any deeper into this situation with Russia. So I just think that we have
Hmm.
to use, prepare your family, just have backup to the backup. People were walking to the banks in Ukraine and even in Russia trying to get money,
Right.
can't get any money. Imagine that being something like that, something, a quick turn of events, So I
Hmm.
just think that we really have to be in prayer for our nation, be in prayer for the leadership, of our nation, be in prayer for Ukraine and for even Russia. Your heart goes out even for the people in Russia, because now they're turning off, news. They can't report the news. They can't get on social media. It's like I'm just baffled by what we're watching on the news right now. It just shocks me. But I
It
mean,
is.
it goes. We know that we know what the times are. We know, of what's happening, but it's still heartbreaking.
Wow. That's exactly true. When we get back to, getting back to Ukraine, it's just a matter of having a compassion and just being able to pray for others more than ourselves. When we pray for others, then, of course, God, takes care of us. I just think that if you have been on the fence, I would say today is a good day to choose sides. It really is. And
Hmm.
let your choice be Jesus. That's just where we are. And that your life might be, a positive influence and impact on someone else's life in this time. So I would say your family, if you can spread the love, do that. Love each other, take care of each other. And that's from Let's Talk About It. I think the wisdom of it today is to always acknowledge others more than yourself, love others more than yourself, and God will take care of you. How about that?
Yep. Good
That's it.
stuff.
That's a
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
So that's it. We didn't get on the gas prices, but what I understand, and I'm not sure whether this is true or not, get your gas during the week. It's cheaper. The weekend, they jack the prices up. Now, I don't know how
Oh.
true that is. I just
No,
don't
the
know.
gas is high. The gas is just high. The gas is just high. That's it. The
Do we
bottom
have
line.
any comments? Do we have
Everything
anyone,
is.
any comments in our, in the chat?
Yeah, it looks like Ron. He said that Stacey Abrams has a book out, a new book, called Level Up for Entrepreneurs. So
Wow.
that's for people that want to go and grab that. It looks like Anita Flanagan, hey, is watching as well. Hoping you're doing well. Thank you for watching. But yeah, that's what we have for comments.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ron Skeet. Hey, we're right there with you. Let's Think Institute. Thank you, Ron Skeet. Just really
Think
appreciate
twice.
you and your support. Huh?
Is it let's think or think twice?
No, his is less. What is it? Think Twice Institute. Is that it?
Yes.
Tell me, put it in the chat. Think Twice Institute. What did I say? Let's think.
You said let's think.
I'm thinking about let's talk about it, Ron. Forgive me. Think
Put it all
Twice
together.
Institute. Think Twice Institute. Awesome. 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 Also, to Anita Flanagan, praying for you. Thank you so much for
Yes.
joining in, and so many others. Thank you so very much. This has been Let's Talk About It with Allison. If I leave anything with you, let's get off the fence and get to work. Our community need us. Everyone needs us. So let us be about the work and let the work that we do speak for us. All right. So thank you so much for joining in. Terry, what do you have?
Oh, nothing, but thank you all for joining in, and let's keep it moving.
All right. Shawana, what do you have? Last words?
Love, peace, and increase. That's
Love,
it.
peace, and
Yay!
increase to you. We say thank you and God bless you is our prayer. We will be back next week, same time. Let's talk about it. So continue to, share this with someone, share the link,
Yes.
and we love to hear from you. You can always go to Let's Talk About It with Alice, and you can put in any comments, anything that you would love to share, any topics that you would love for us to bring up. Thank you, and God bless you. Goodbye. Have a good one.
Bye.